hello there. How are you doing? I hope your weekend was awesome. We got a little taste of the Chad Morris era for Razorback football this last Saturday. So we had the red-white scrimmage. So your weekend couldn't have been that bad, right? I mean, at least you had that. But we also, an hour after the red-white scrimmage, we did a live thing here on the Big Trail Network on this channel. It was me and like 30 people, 30, 20, that somewhere in there. The number fluctuated quite a bit. But, we had a good time talking and chatting and answering questions and learning a little bit more about each other. I think it was a lot of fun. I had a couple of hecklers, but, hey, I'll take that. You're going to have that in a live setting, and things don't always go as planned. Plus, I had a house full of kids. But I was surprised at how well it went and how much fun. I wasn't surprised at the fun. I knew we'd have fun. I knew we were going to have fun. But, so I want to thank you guys. For those of you who were there, I want to thank you guys. And if you haven't had a chance to go watch that video, go check it out. I think I'm going to keep it up. I convinced myself to keep that video up. Okay. At the end of the video, for those of you who are new and you old schoolers, you guys know what to do at the end of the video. But again, for the new people, like, comment, share the content that you just watched. And of course, if you haven't already, feel free to tap that really cool subscribe button down below. Thing that I want to touch on, and I did a little bit during that live stream. We talked about it a little bit, and it was definitely one of the most. I think we had 2 or 3 people ask about the quarterbacks in chat. And then I actually had a couple of people hit me up on Facebook and Twitter also saying the same thing. Who do you feel like leads the battle? I feel like personally Kelley won the job. I think for me, he's passed the test on paper. When you look at stats, he's been better than Ty Storey. Completion ratio, his pass percentage. He's hitting the throws that are considered widely low percentage throws. He's hitting these sideline throws. It seems like he knows. It's like he has a better understanding of the playbook than maybe he did 3 or 4 weeks ago, and that's obviously a really positive sign. I know, again, Ty Storey got out to a much quicker start than Kelley did, and that's why he's been working with the ones. I do think that Ty Storey might have a better grasp of the playbook, but we got to see both of them quite a bit. So for me, Kelley kind of passed the stat test, right? Like, just for me, I can't speak for Chad Morris, but then there's the eye test, the eyeball test, and I just felt like Kelley. Ty Storey had a couple of good plays, but Kelley, it seemed to me like, was the most comfortable. Had a great understanding of what his receivers, what their jobs were. He moved, he was shouting and yelling out instructions. Communication. We talked about that in a previous video. He just seemed like a starting quarterback to me. He felt like a starting quarterback. Ty Storey, it seemed a little bit more panicked. It seemed like it was a little bit more rushed. But there were a couple of times where Ty Storey just kind of seemed lost. But overall fluidity, we talk about smoothness. To me, Kelley just seemed calm, cool, collected, smooth. Stat-wise, I think they were damn near the same. They were really close when you talk numbers, which is a first. In the 3 scrimmages so far that we've read about on online and what have you, this is the first time where they were really similar. Again, I kind of felt I felt overall like Ty Storey has definitely made vast improvements compared to where he was a year ago. I could say the same thing about Kelley, and they kept talking about on the television on the SEC network. They were talking about his footwork. I couldn't agree more. He's got some work to do there. Ty Storey might be a little bit ahead in that department. But when you talk about arm talent, I just kind of feel like Kelley's ahead. Obviously, arm strength, Kelley's ahead. And if he gets a greater grasp of this offense by the time week 1 rolls around during the fall, when you're getting ready to kick off college football, if he has a greater grasp on this offense, I think he'll be the starter. Now, is it solved? Do we have our starter? Well, no, we don't. Until Chad Morris comes out and declares a starter, it hasn't been settled. And I've said this before too. I think it's a good thing that he's letting these two kind of fight it out, because it's adding kind of a greater importance for these two to understand the offense, and now they know that they're competing against one another. So now you have incentive, right? Like, now you have the payoff and you have competition. You have those two things that mesh really well in the quarterback starting marketplace, if you will. Yeah, we just meshed capitalism and quarterbacks here in this video. How awesome is that? We just meshed the two. We found a way, didn't we? There's incentive there, and there's competition. It's going to push them to know the playbook better than the other. You know that's what's going on. Hell, they may be helping each other. They may be giving each other a friendly pat on the back, but I guarantee you, as soon as they, get back to their dorm room or whatever, or when they get back to the film room, they're, it's Cole Kelley versus Ty Storey, and I love that. And I think this is going to be a really intriguing battle for the starting spot, for the starting quarterback. It's going to be one of the more intriguing quarterback battles. Maybe even in all the SEC when you consider what's at stake. You've got a new coach, new regime, and there's definitely I think a lot of fans obviously want to erase what happened last year, and they want to get to a bowl game this year. So there's even more of a payoff. You could be that guy. Now let me make this clear. Just because they declare either Ty Storey or Cole Kelley the starter, and my dad and I had this conversation, and I think he's right. Just because one of them is declared the starter week 1 doesn't mean they keep their job. They have, a couple other guys. Dalton Hyatt could push them. From what I understand, what Dalton Hyatt lacks is greater understanding of the playbook. And then you're going to have that 4-star, top 12 pro-style quarterback from right here in our own backyard in Arkansas, Mr. Connor Nolan, assuming he doesn't go, he doesn't test Major League Baseball waters. When he comes on campus, I'm not saying he's going to come in and start, but let's be real. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time we've seen a freshman come in and beat out guys for the starting job. We have seen true freshman quarterbacks come in and win. They win jobs all the time. And if he comes in and is a baller, understands the offense, and they like him and they trust him enough, who knows? Week 4, week 5, he could take the job away from both of them. I don't know that happens. I'm not putting all my faith in that to happen. Someone's got to emerge as the starter. Obviously, someone will by week 1, and they better do everything they can to hold on to the job, because I think whoever wins that job, they're going to be on a short leash, because you're going to have Ty Storey or Cole Kelley, whoever doesn't get the job, going to be right behind them. For the first time, you feel pretty comfortable with the kind of talent you have at quarterback, but who knows? This time next year, we could be talking about how they were all terrible, for their first year in this system, in this offense. So it's going to be an interesting adventure, and we're going to travel it together. So buckle up. I think it's going to be fun. This whole off season is going to be fun. Regular season is going to be fun. I'm so excited for football. That's what I love about that spring game. It kind of, it's almost like getting that first cup of coffee in the morning. It just kind of sends that shiver down your spine. And just so much excitement. I can't wait. Good video, good times. I'm glad those of you who were there Saturday live, I appreciate it. That's going to do it for this video. You guys know what to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And until the next video, which will be Wednesday, we'll see you then. That's hot. Yeah, that's hot.